right. Hello, hello. We are back with a little bit of art. Me. Oh, hold on. Me. Hello. So, we're back with art today. I haven't touched it since last time I streamed. There it is. Okay. So I haven't touched it since the last time we streamed, meaning that there's a lot of progress to be made. I've still got to finish drawing myself, and then after that I get to work on the Hoog, which is going to be a whole lot of effort. So, yeah, not much more to say other than that. Oh, but before I do that, well, first things first, let me fix this. Let me try to get this. There we go. Good enough. A little bit of stretching never hurt. Now, as you can see over there, this little overlay for the music and stuff is a bit scuffed. It doesn't really, like, there's not much to it. So I want to quickly remedy that with a new overlay for it. Just something. I'm just gonna repurpose the pre-existing assets that I've made. So, for example, I've got this, which I made out of these background pieces, or these like side. These. It's hard to point at it, but this like side thing here. And so I'm just gonna put together some kind of nicer looking box, I guess, for a lack of a better term, to make it look make it look a little bit better. Now, yeah, this is I'll call this a warm-up for now, just because I don't necessarily want to jump directly into the main art. I want to get a little bit of practice in. Oh, come on. Okay, I got to reconfigure my thing again because it constantly resets. Luckily, it's not too hard to do. There we are. All right. So I'm just gonna steal that color. We're gonna size this down a bit, and I'm gonna get rid of the seam here. Same over here. All right. Then I can do this here. Just put that in. That's a little bit aggressive. So let's use this instead, because that's a little softer. There we go. Do the same thing over here. And then here, I will just touch up this black border that it has around it. Or it's not quite black. Let me just use the color picker for it. So, last time I streamed this, or last time I was going to do art, I got to my desk and just felt no desire to do art. Hence why there was no art stream last week. But this time, I got home, took a very nice nap, and now I am absolutely ready to get into some art and figure out how to draw my legs. Eventually, I'm going to have to work on my dynamic posing. in these, just because it's going to become more and more important as I continue to draw, because I'm going to be drawing characters and all sorts of stuff. So getting a handle on that type, like just getting a hang of how to draw bodies and like characters in more interesting poses is a pretty big goal. Alright, so right now we're just tightening up the edges here. Making this look a little bit nicer, because I'm going to basically just superimpose it on the pre-existing overlay. Meaning that if I don't have it looking reasonable, then it's going to stand out a bit too hard. Let's see. Like that. Oh, it's been a second since I've heard this. I'm, like... There's so many excellent indie games that are coming out with updates and other things, just like installments, that I am really excited for. The new Cult of the Lamb update, or DLC, looks pretty awesome. Apparently it's supposed to be a little larger than the base game, or maybe a little smaller than the base game, which sounds like excellent. It sounds perfect. Exactly what I would want. So I am really excited to see that when it comes out. Until then, we can listen to the already produced music. Okay. So let's do this. Actually, I'm doing this wrong. If I want to do this, I'm gonna take the top part here, separate that off. I'm gonna chop out the middle part here, and I will place them together in the same way, and hopefully get them to mesh. Yeah, that looks all right. Yeah, okay. So we have that. Now it's a matter of making it long so that it can, you know, it can hold the title there. And stretching it's not an ideal way of going about it. How about I do this? Let me just snap a photo, take a screenshot of the overlay right now. I have such an excellent method for naming files, like temporary files. That being, always just call it daz-da-daz-da-daz-da-da. Every single one of my files like this are called daz-da-daz-da-da-da of some variation. It's honestly surprising how long I've gone without having file, like, what's the word? Clashes, I guess. Okay. So, let's just push this all the way out. Doesn't need to be high resolution, just needs to be visible. Gonna stick this in the center here. And what we can do is we can actually resize it so that it is significantly shorter. Let's go with, like, 900 pixels. How's that? That looks like it works. Let's see here. fact, I'd want it a little bit larger. Although, can I... Okay, that still exists. That's good. So it's something like this. And then we are going to go with the resize and just make it a bunch wider. That wasn't that much wider. Let's make it a bit wider than that. There we go. Now that's pretty good. Let's see. So now we're looking at this. Might be a little bit trickier than I initially thought. Alright. We're gonna resize this significantly. There we go. And we're just gonna make it as big as we need here. There we are. Perfect. So I can take that, bring it to the bottom, and we will just resize these to fit the resolution. Now, let's see. I'm just going to take that, drag it over there. Actually, I'm going to grab this. And the nice thing about only grabbing these middle sections is you can extend them pretty much as much. I don't know how I did that. Let's fix that. I don't want to be tilted. Come on. Put it back. There we go. You can extend them pretty much as you want without there being any major issue. It's very handy. Very nice. And then we just do this. Can bring this back in here. Like so. And I will grab this section and just fucking pop. Oh, shit. Maybe not. Instead, I will do this. Bring it right up to the edge there. Come on, line up. Please. Please. Just line up with the pixel. Oh, oh, I got one. There it is. Sort of. Okay, I just need to line up the top, I guess. Oh. This is so scuffed. It's ideal. Come on. There we go. And this needs to be lined up again. It's fine. We'll just grab that. Ooh. A little bit of artifacting there. Get rid of that. Like so. We'll grab this, use this brush. I don't know, I'm using my mouse. I have a drawing pen for this. Okay, like so. And then we do the meticulous same thing at the bottom here. As long as it looks good in the end, I'm happy. Alright. Do this. Grab that. Nope. Didn't grab it. There we go. Come on. Make this easy for me. There we are. So now, that's that. I can take this one, size it up a bit, just so that it fits this. Alright. And I'm gonna line it up with the bottom here, give it a little bit of room. Like so. Alright. And then I will do the same kind of thing. Just grab this, drag it all the way over to the end here. And then grab this and stretch it out till it meets like so. And that time I left a little gap so that this part isn't too annoying to do. Easy. Easy. And I can actually integrate the now playing text into this. If I remove that, I'm now looking at a pretty good background here. Okay. Can quickly grab these two. No, that doesn't work. Merge. Just gotta make sure that this isn't putting right next to the, or right up next to the wall there. Alright. So we have that. We have our box that'll have the name in it. And above that, we can throw a text there. We'll put it in the font that I like. And we will go now playing. Like so. We'll put it to 160. See if that is big enough. Okay. That's pretty good. Alright, we're gonna want it to be a bit bigger. Let's put it up to 200. See what that does to it. That's alright. Now how do I write this out? Like how do I do this, huh? I could try lining it up like this, but I don't know if that'll look good at all. Okay, let me see. I'm just gonna center it here for now. Or actually, first thing I will do, add that. Let's merge that there so that it's now a regular layer. It's not a text layer. I can actually resize it like this now, which is handy. And we're looking for bright color on dark background. So we're gonna go this color and can grab this kind of darker brown. Nope. duplicate this. Then this one, I'm going to grab the paint bucket tool. Going to add, like, grow 9 pixels. And we're going to give it a nice border here. Maybe a bit bigger. And that should hopefully fit. Is that too flat? Might be. What I could do is a very thin, even brighter color here. Like so. Nope, did not want that to happen. Oh, come on. Why is that happening? That's not how that's supposed to happen. That's... Nope. Alright, there we are. Did I put this playlist on shuffle? I didn't. Makes sense. Alright, now that I've got that, I can duplicate this yet again. And now I can use this dark brown color to hopefully let it pop a bit. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger than that. Okay. I think that should work. Let's test it out. So, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna merge all these layers down. And I'm going to save it as the music overlay. And now, let's see. Where did this go? There it is. Put that in overlay. Drop that in here. Ooh, that's big. A lot larger than I thought the image would be. All right. The sizing is it's a bit thin. Might still be fine. As long as it just fits in. Like here. Stretch it a bit. Okay. Let's see here. So we've got that now. Gotta go down to the music overlay and get rid of these text. Ugh. All right. Is that on my computer screen, or is that little speck? Okay, there was a little speck on my computer screen that I was confused by. All good though. And then here, do the same thing. It's a big image. Just try to make sure the entire thumbnail is shown at once. Okay. I believe that'll do it. Can remove the other thing. And there is that. Hopefully that doesn't... I mean, it works. At least from what I'm seeing right now. It will hopefully not clash with anything visually. But it seems to be doing fine right now. Alright, so I'll leave it there for now. And we can go back to this. I think. Let's see. Good. All right. So, now it's a matter of figuring out how the hell to draw legs. I drew this one last time, and coming back to it, it's not the best at all. There's something weird about it. I don't know. There's something about it that doesn't feel right. So I'm gonna see if I can... Okay, so this is that entire picture, or that entire thing there. Let's see if I can do anything that would make it feel better to the eyes. Like any rotations or other things. Boom. I mean, if I do it like this... Okay, let's see if this angle works. We're gonna do like that, and I think this, let's see, so body comes down here, stomach would be somewhere here, both legs would be poking out here. Let's just work with it and see what happens. So, we got this. Why is this opaque? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That's why. So if I were to... Oh boy, we're getting right back into the confusion. That's... Get rid of all this background stuff. That does look better. I'm seeing it definitely feels better the way that it looks. So what I'm gonna try now, I'm gonna try, keep using the royal we. Gonna try doing the same thing, having the leg kind of lean out the other way. Man, it's difficult to get to figure out these poses and stuff. I could also do, because when I'm lying down, I'll often have like one knee up. So I could have that. I could try doing like a knee up here. And then do like so, because that would spare me having to draw another shoe, which would be pretty nice. That's, I mean, oh God, it's so hard. It's so hard to draw. Oh, why did I have to choose art? Why couldn't I have been born with a profinity for programming or some shit? It would have been so much nicer. Alright. We're gonna have a really steep leg here. Something like this. Okay, but that makes my calf look way too long, so perhaps not. Go like this for now. Okay, let's just finish drawing the shape and see where I go from there. Okay, so for one thing, this knee is going to have to be a bit further away. I got slightly thicker thighs than that. That's for sure. So we're looking at something like this. Okay. And then if this goes like so. Okay, that's a little too long, but it's getting there. Something's happening here. Something is in fact occurring. I don't even know how long my calf is, or whatever it is. Are we already hearing this again? What's happening? I kind of want to hear it again, honestly. It's good. It's enjoyable. I like it. Let's see. Okay, there's something wrong here. I think this, probably. So, right now, I've got my knee kind of coming out there. I don't know where exactly to put it, so I'm just going to move it around a bit and hope that I shift it into a spot that looks better. Because I could go, like, there, almost. Could do something like that. I'll try there, see if that looks any better by the end of it. Yeah, this part is wrong. Something here is upsetting to the eye. So, just gonna get rid of that. Maybe the leg's going a little too high up. Maybe I should, like, cut this a little closer to there. And use that. I don't really know. But trial and error. It's man's best friend. Okay, you know what? That actually kind of looks good. Now, I'll draw in a calf, and this time, let me do away with those wrinkles there for a bit. We're just gonna draw in a calf, like so. All right. So we're looking at something like this. Okay. I think that might work. Now, I like baggier clothing, so I'm actually just gonna do this. I'm gonna make it fall out like that. And it really is hard to pick out this. I can get rid of this, like this whole curve on the beanbag, because it's all going to be covered up anyhow. Alright. How do you flip the canvas? There you are. I've never flipped the canvas before to check my... Okay, this is just replaying the same 3 or 4 songs. Give me something new. I don't want this song. This is alright. This works. Alright. So I think the only thing here that I should really be worrying about is now just making it look like my leg. So it's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be wearing looser fitting clothing. That kind of thing. Like, I can do that, and then that. And this, it won't be a smooth thing here. It's more likely to be... Actually, I've got some pretty good clothing as a reference here. Or to use as a reference here. So... the way that this stuff looks, like all wrinkles. Alright, and then this would be kind of jagged like so. That works. Now this part, it'll be just kind of bumpy. Because it's not, it's being kind of pulled taut by the leg and the way it's positioned. So there's not going to be anything major, just a little bit of texturing there with some shading that'll add to it afterwards. Okay. And from the top, it's actually going to be rather like smooth. So, we don't have to worry much about that. Something like this, maybe? Yeah. It's hard getting this stuff, like, done with just the line art. Because there's more to it than just the line art. Plenty more to it than just the line art. There's shading that's involved when it comes to wrinkles. A lot of shading that comes that is involved. You need to have the kind of like you have the physical wrinkle, but you gotta have a little bit of shading underneath it. It's kind of hard to do that with a solid color pen, but you need to have a little bit of like change in shade underneath it. Otherwise, it'll just kind of look like lines. And so we're gonna do that. This is going to be kind of just loose. Like so. Will that look good? I don't know. Really is just trial and error until it looks all right. The thing is, most of my pants are actually way too small for me. So, I don't actually have a good frame of reference for, like, baggy pants. I just prefer baggy pants. But I don't have a lot of them, so I'm gonna kind of have to guess here. Yeah, okay. That looks alright. Now, I can worry about giving myself some clothing here. First things first, we'll go over the shoulder and just fill out this a bunch. Gonna be wrinkly around the point where it bends around. It's one of the reasons why I really like sweaters. Because most of the time, even if they're a little too small for you, they'll still be nice and baggy. They'll be comfy. A lot of the clothing I wear ends up being way too small on me. So it kind of ends up being way less comfy. It's annoying. That's why people don't actually want to be tall, despite what everybody seems to say about being tall. Okay, I'll just put it there for now. Okay. Do this. Then there, or here, make it like a sleeve. And I don't need to draw my hand. It can just be implied to be behind the sleeve there. Now we can round stuff out a bit, so like this needs to be rounded out. I'm not a square person. I'm more of a circular person, if that makes any sense. So, it's not gonna be a bunch of straight lines. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Alright, and then down here, this is where it can get really baggy. This is where I can do all this loose-fitting stuff like this. That. Like so. Alright, and what I'm actually gonna do as well, I'm gonna add a little line here. So it'll be like that, and then like that. Just add that little fold in. So that hopefully I can get kind of a line there. That implies that this whole thing here is just, this is all just excess material that's hanging down. And I think that does a pretty good job portraying it. rid of that for a second. All right. That works all right. Okay, I'm kind of happy with that. So we will call this me. Line art. Need to be all caps. I am gonna have to remove this. Is fine. Thing is, the hoodie that I'm gonna give yeah, I'll give myself the plaid hoodie. If that ends up being too much detail, then I could swap it to one of my other hoodies. 'Cause I've got a number of hoodies. I just prefer the plaid one. Alright. So we have that. If I turn on all these things and flip it back around. Yeah, that's alright. Looks good enough for me. What I'm thinking. So I will do this. Me color. I'll group these together. Me. Now I can get myself colored in here. That might be a little too dark for the pants. Let's go for a lighter gray. Is that too dark still? No. That's fine when on the actual carpet. So we're good. Just color it all in. And this is basically just the pants that I'm wearing right now. These solid color black ones. Because I like them. They're just good cargo pants. I think they're cargo pants. I don't know. They're work pants. As for the shoes, I'll leave coloring in the shoes for later. Alright. This is like it's mostly this dark blue. Like a deep dark blue. We're gonna do that first. it's going to mostly be covered up by green lines, so it's not a worry that it looks nothing like the sweater right now. Alright. So we've got that. And it's this deep, like, emerald forest green. Something like that. And this is where I'm just gonna test stuff out. Without really paying attention to how the clothing would look after the fact. Like, with all the wrinkles and stuff taken into consideration. I'm just kind of gonna go at it until it looks alright. Okay. Currently, I am a green and blue Where's Waldo. Okay. It's a slightly different shade for vertical lines. I mean, it could use a little bit more texturing, but for the most part, that's basically the sweater. So let me do a little bit more just kind of mixing and matching stuff until I think it looks good. Yeah, we're just gonna go over it a bunch until everything's properly, like, blended together and looks smooth as a texture. Not necessarily, like, you know, a proper pattern, but at a glance, I want it to look like it's plaid. We're gonna do that. Go back to this. Redo these horizontal lines. Looks like the ads are back on. Good thing nobody's shown up yet. Oh, well, hold on. Just in time to prove me wrong, eh? What is popping in Der Nation? In today's episode, we're gonna and call Freddy Fazbear. Hello, Freddy Fazbear. That, like, turned off my headphones for a second. I like the idea. It's like, okay, I'm drawing. Hold on. Wait. I think I'm getting a call. What's that? Freddy Fazbear? bullshit. Anyhow, welcome to the stream. We are continuing this. I figured out how I would draw myself, and now it's just a matter of drawing in all of these lines and making my shirt or my sweater look plaid. Yeah. That's gonna be it for now. Yeah. Eventually, hopefully I can get around to sketching out the Hoog. I have my doubts that I'll actually be able to finish drawing the Hoog, but it's very Canadian looking. I mean, it's supposed to be this. And so I'm trying to get that texturing. It's hard to do that when your method of sketching or drawing consists of randomly throwing lines everywhere and hoping. Alright. Let's go like that. Okay. I would like it to look a little bit more defined than that. So let's go through and just give these blue lines like Yeah, I think I should be using the solid color and not the like variety color, I guess, for lack of a better term. Varying pen weight stuff. Because with the varying pen weight, it ends up looking kind of like a blur, and that's not the goal here. Yeah. Texture, most of the texturing I do is like this part, where it's a real easy matter of giving it a smattering of lines. Not here though. Not when it comes to actual like standard designs like this. So I'm gonna redo this. Trying to keep tempo with the music. Let's go like that. That's gonna be like this. Go over the shoulder like so. Alright. Okay, that kind of looks better from a distance. It's interesting. When it's kind of smudged, it looks better close up. When it's like this, it looks better at a distance. Let's see if we can find some kind of happy in between. So we're gonna go kind of this emerald color here. We're gonna make our vertical lines out of the faded kind of emerald. I say that usually I say that like my favorite color is emerald or forest green, because I can't really tell the difference between them. I'm pretty sure forest green is supposed to be significantly darker than emerald green, but I've never had the eye to tell. I just think they both look cool. So I'm just using a mix, a mismatch, mix match. All right. Let's see. So if I'm looking at the image like this, I don't know. There's something about how visible the lines are. I just don't understand. It's hard to get a grasp on. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that helps. Okay, let's make sure that this line is visible. Yeah, okay. So that looks enough like my sweater. I'm going to hit the save button, and we are going to take a quick break. I will see you in a few minutes. Ta-ta. Me. All right. Let's get this underway yet again. Okay. All right. There we go. I will get off my phone now. So we've got that. The texturing on that looks good enough. Now it's a matter of shoe color. Let me merge these together. Shoe color. What color should I make the shoe? I could just make it same green with like gray on top. The shoes that I never pick out the shoes that I wear because I don't really give a shit about shoes. A lot of people who a lot of the people around me are like obsessed with shoes for one reason or another, because they're like expensive or because they look pretty or something or other. I've never understood it. So I've just kind of worn what's been available and what's cheap and easy to get my hands on. So let's see about trying to reflect that in this with something that matches the outfit but doesn't look particularly interesting. Because that's kind of everything that I'd be going for here. Shoes not supposed to be the focus of the drawing anyways, so it would be stupid to put too much effort into it. It's just gonna be a two-color thing like that. It's good enough. Next up is my face and the rest of myself. I'm kind of like a pinkish right now, or actually not even. I'm a very white man. Doesn't come across on the camera very well. I have a slight tan right now from summer that is yet to go away. So let's try to get as close to my actual like face and skin color without it being like dumb. You'll never not struggle with it. I honestly, the entire time I was drawing them, I was like, damn, these look like meh. And then like, yeah. It's, yeah, you just gotta draw, find, trial and error. Draw shit. If it doesn't look good, erase it, draw it again until it looks good, and then take note of what you did to make it look good. That's all I did. So, you know, just bumpiness and having a couple lines there. I said it before, and I honestly, I'm gonna double down on it. Man's best friend. People say dogs are man's best friend. I say nay. Dogs are cool. Trial and error is man's best friend. Because trial and error is the reason why we're here today. Just try over and over again until you get it right. All right. Let's see. Yeah, it's a pretty pink there. I'm a little bit whiter than that. Let's go with that kind of pale. Yeah, that's better. That's closer to my skin tone. And I can just feel that. What? I don't know why I feel inclined to like anytime I say white in terms of like, you know, race, I say what? Just because maybe it's just, it just proves a point. It associates the word with that southern twang. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's because I'm white. Although race talk is weird. It is weird. It's hard to talk about it because it's a subject, especially where I live. Especially like in the US and Canada and stuff. It's like incredibly hard to talk about, but it's an important subject because, you know, it's a thing. People have it. You're not gonna. Yeah. Well, yeah. Canada was also very racist. In short, Indigenous people did a lot of bad things to them. So, you know, it's a topic that needs to come up occasionally, not because it's comfortable, but because it's yeah. Germany, yeah, Germany never had any problems with that whatsoever. Okay, I've got like a dirty brown beard. But yeah, no, it's an important subject. It's not something, despite how much people would love to, it's not something I will just be like, oh, I don't like talking about it, so it's never coming up ever. No, that's not how it works. You talk about things because they're important to talk about. But besides that, I'm white as shit. So we're gonna make sure that this little caricature of me is also white as shit. Alright. Now, I should probably also add a little bit of coloration to the face. So, let's go with some like this and just lightly add some color to the cheeks and stuff. Add some in so that it's not all. Yeah, that exactly. Just gotta make sure that it doesn't look like I am sick and dying. That doesn't look particularly better. What if I just went with this? It is a bit of a deeper color. And it's been a while since I've heard of this, of all the music that I've made. Okay, that looks like I went and got a fake tan. Perhaps I do look a little bit Isaac-like with this. The thing is, like, my face is, like, I'm not gonna split ends here. I am very pale, especially with the way the light looks. If I change the light to be a bit more like this, like it's a little closer to, yeah, but you know, it's how it is. Okay, let's go with something like this. Get a little bit of pink in my skin. Let's see how this does. It's one thing. When you're pale as shit, like, the color white can't be saturated. I guess it can. No, it can't. If you're white, it's white. You can't have, like, a desaturated white. It's not a thing. It's called gray. So just gotta, you know, make up a little bit, you know? Do like this. I'm gonna need to get rid of... Or... Alright. Do this. Good music. Beard is a bit dark. Yeah. I don't have, like, a color picker for my own face. So it's gonna be a lot of trial and error here, trying to get the right coloration. So, screenshot and pick color. I guess I could. But this is more enjoyable. It's goofier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab that, and I'm going to make it a brighter color. Now I'm more blonde than this, so we'll also bring it like there. That's pretty good. There it is. I think that's close to my actual facial hair color. It's interesting because you might notice, or I guess, oh man, it's a shame. When I had proper hair, you would be able to actually see as it became winter, my hair would get dark streaks in it. And then when it changed back to summer, it would be much lighter. It was a very cool effect that I noticed. Because that's just how hair works when it's colder out. Your body parts turn slightly darker. Some body parts turn slightly darker to heat better. I wonder if my beard will do that. It probably wouldn't be a noticeable, like, difference, but eh. Alright. How's that look? Between brown and blonde might work. Maybe. Let's see. I mean, it really is just kind of a mix between brown or blonde and darker blonde and brown and blonde and blonde and blonde. Doing this maybe make it look better. It's a condition. I mean, it's a condition, but also it's just a natural thing that happens when you get old. Or as you get old. Some people have it sooner than others. Just like some people get bald at 20 years of age, and others go bald at like 40. Let's see. So let's make the ear a slightly darker color. Just so that it doesn't look like a weird tattoo on the side of my head. There we are. Maybe not. That looks kind of weird. God, ears are hard to draw. Could do like this. Different because it doesn't happen by streaks, but I guess so. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. One thing that I have thought about, just because I never got the chance to do it with my hair, is like doing something with my beard. Some kind of, like, not necessarily like dyeing it, because that's goofy. It's like if I showed up on stream with a green beard one day. But I do want to at some point try to get like, you know, something interesting with my beard. Just so that I could try something out, cuz I've never dyed my hair at all. It's never been a thing that I've been interested in. I only got interested in the idea like a few months before I lost my hair. So. Alright, where did ears go? Where does ear canals do? I can't see. I can't see my own ear canal. Okay, let me just look up ear. Girls with dyed hair have you weak. I mean, that's a way to say it. And I can't say I disagree. Dyed and bleached hair are very, very pretty. I can't deny it. It's definitely one of the reasons why I want to try. Because at first, like, as a younger man, I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm chill just looking like a guy. But as I get older, I'm starting to fall into into the idea that, you know, I could do more with my look than just to be white guy with beard number 9 billion. So, you know, at some point I might. I just don't know what I would do. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna grab this color of green. Or actually, no, I chose the gray one, eh? I chose the gray hat to base this one on, so braid it like a dwarf. I'd need to grow it out quite a bit more. If I ever do, then I very well might end up braiding it at some point. Because that's a good non-permanent, like, thing to do with a beard. You just need to make sure it looks good at all. Alright, so we're gonna do that. Up and around. On the topic of hair and like colored hair, dyed hair, bleached hair, curly hair. Fuck. It looks so much better. Aha, the Met Eagle. I love the look of curly hair. Especially, like, curly hair with, like, dyed or bleached, like, bleach strip. Like, curly. I'm talking, like, really curly hair. The kind of hair that you could make an afro out of if you wanted to. Because that's a way to say it, black girl curly. I do quite like that hairstyle. Although to associate it specifically with black people, I mean, I guess, yeah. You gotta tread lightly when it comes to that kind of stuff. You don't wanna accidentally walk into a stereotype. But I won't be the one to say I dislike how it looks, because gotta say, curly hair. I mean, I dated a black woman, so like, I mean, what am I supposed to say? I don't like it? No, I like it. I'm not ashamed of that. Dreadlocks are a thing. Yeah. I think there's been a bit of a movement, at least like in the online spheres that I'm in, to try and open up the amount of known hairstyles, like black hairstyles. Because when it comes down to it, even I can only really name a few that are, like, quote unquote, in a very, very stereotypical way, black hairstyles. And it's not good. Because there's a lot more than just cornrows, dreadlocks, afro. There's a lot more. So, you know, it's good to appreciate all the varieties. I know as a as a guy who looks like this, it is iffy to be saying things like this, but it does legitimately come from a place of appreciation. Because I think that you don't need to be white for me to like you. I'm not gonna look at somebody who isn't the exact same race as me and be like, no. Everybody's able to be beautiful. And that's coming from an ace person. It's purely aesthetic. No, nothing else. Appreciation wasn't racist. Yeah. Well, some people can take it. People online like to take things in out of context, per se. I mean, not per se. People love to take things out of context online. So, you know, saying I appreciate something that is at all a touchy subject could immediately end out with people being like, "You're racist," like that kind of shit. It's sad, really, but it is legitimately something that needs to be, need to be careful about, because a lot of people like to take it upon themselves to dish out justice against people who are discriminating in ways that aren't actually discrimination. I've been on Instagram a lot lately, if you couldn't tell. That place is an actual hellhole. The only reason why I use it is if I ever don't have, like, my headphones. I try not to use it otherwise. I try to stay away from it because it's so full of vitriol and hatred. I, can't stand it. And yet, I still go. like an intelligent member of society. Alright. So let's texture this. Just gonna go through. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. It, a lot of people online see forgiveness as some kind of a weakness. I don't understand it at all because it doesn't help anybody. If especially in the political spheres, especially, like, if you've been keeping up with politics in the US at all, you would know that people are constantly screaming at each other, "You're not me exactly. I hate you. You don't believe this exactly. I hate you. If you don't believe this, then you're an awful human being." It's like, come on. Human beings are innately different from one another. We don't have to be the exact same person for you to enjoy my company. But everybody's looking to hate somebody. Oh, absolutely. I don't even... I'm going to say it right now. Deserved. I don't give a shit. Bro incited violence with every one of his words. I couldn't care less. I legitimately couldn't care less. You know, there was a school shooting that happened at the same time. None of them give a shit about that. None of them, seriously. It's legitimately, all of the outrage on that is fabricated just so that they have something to use against like those who disagree with them. It's a fact. It's a sad, sad fact that human beings use each other's deaths as leverage to win over one another in fights. It's... Anyhow. Let's move away from those topics, because this is supposed to be the chill stream. The one where I don't have to be thinking too much about things that make me angry. Alright. So, we're going to merge those. And now we're going to put me shading. So, I think, you know what? I kind of like how this turned out. I'm pretending that there is a shoe somewhere back here. I'm not going to draw it. Shoes are the bane of my existence. I can draw hands real fine. Shoes? No. Never. They're so hard to draw. Alright. So now I'm going to put this at 50%. We're going to take this. We're going to put it up to larger brush size. Yeah, basically. If I draw one shoe, I can hide the other. That's what I'm fine with that. Alright. Let's see. So we're gonna do this. Yeah, my guy here, this is, it's weird. We're talking about myself in the drawing. I'm supposed to just be, like, napping. I'm supposed to look clocked out. That's effectively it. Which is why my head's kind of like this. I'm looking at the ceiling or whatnot. Okay, hold on. So that light goes there. We'll be getting this kind of angle like this. One thing, so I have gone into a photography class this semester for my college. It's an auto portrait. You're correct about that. Now draw Biz. He would not like it if I did that. Also, what's up, Hawo? How is it going? You just missed a very a very choice discussion that we were having. We're back to chill shit though. I'll have to edit. Oh goodness. The day that I have to like edit in MLG stuff to this. Ugh. I mean, unless if I ever end up doing okay. Thank you, by the way. If I end up ever doing like a stream where I am high, I could make a specific I could make a specific version of this screen specifically for that. Only once use it in my life and immediately like the next stream not use it ever. That's one thing. Okay, we're gonna jump from one topic to another, or one potentially controversial topic to another. Weed is way better than alcohol. Is the figure on the second bag? This is gonna be the Hoog. not MLG. Just in terms of many things, including health-wise, alcohol is just worse for you, and feels better. It doesn't make you feel depressed like alcohol does. It's like, it's really sad that people decided to be racist about it. Because that's why weed ain't legal in a lot of places. Because of racism. But, you know. I mean, why do you think people call it by the Mexican name as opposed to the English one? Marijuana. I guess Amsterdam is nearby. Yeah, if you ever want to get some, I don't know. Oh yeah, weed's been legal in Canada for a while, although I haven't been of legal age for that long, so I've only recently been having it. And admittedly, saying it like, oh yeah, it's so good, that's an overstatement. It's still a drug. You can still get addicted to it. So, as a person, it's a good idea to take breaks from it. But I'm entirely chill with it. And people who are like, oh, it's gonna make you gay, I don't know what people, like, why do people, what excuses do people use to say that, it makes you violent or something? I don't know. I want to have the gay weed. Give me the gay, give me the fucking gay weed. Give it here. You have it. You have it. Anyhow, let's go back to this. How will I do this? Okay, so that can be like that. Twice in the same day. I mean, yeah, admittedly, it is very different for people, depending on who you are, who is using it. I've never greened out, but I know people who have, and apparently it legitimately feels like you're dying. So, to those people, yeah, it's a big problem. But, at least in my experience, it has been a alright. It's been alright. It's been enjoyable. And people who think that it'll cause you to become violent or anything else, you're buying into racism. It's just how it is. They've done several studies. So many studies on it. Alright. Let's see. We are making progress here. Alright, I'd say that looks pretty good. Let's get the entire thing. Would you look at that? Alright. Now I think I'm gonna lower or make the shading a little bit less there. Oh yeah. I saw you puked on your feet and thought it was fine, but you didn't know that it wasn't just your feet. Oh. Yeah, luckily one of the nice things, okay, I've been ragging on the fact that I'm big and tall and shit a lot because it makes me very unapproachable as a person and also gives me a lot of pain. I have never had so much alcohol that I have puked. Which quite possibly is due to something else in my biology, but can definitely attribute it to my height. At least slightly. Or I guess my weight. I don't know. The time will come. Eventually. I won't say I won't say much, but I have drank entire bottles of wine. Just like in a go. And I'm fine afterwards. I am one of those lucky people who don't get hangovers often. Beers give me hangovers. But that's probably because they're so disgusting that they kill me from the inside. They, like, legitimately. The only reason why they're good is they're cheap. The same thing with whiskey or rum. I don't think I will be chugging an entire bottle. Actually, I've chugged half a bottle of Kraken. So I have gone a little overboard with rum because I love rum. Rum's excellent. But yeah, no. Wouldn't advise it. Definitely not as good of an experience when you're dealing with something like that. Kraken, like the thing in the sea? Yep. I don't know if it's a Canadian rum. Let me see. Kraken rum. Yeah, black spice. The Caribbean black spiced rum. It's really good. Really high quality stuff. All right. So that is myself. Now it's time to focus on the Hoog. So let's see. Now here's a question. Which direction do I have the Hoog facing? Do I have him facing this way, or do I have him facing up like that? There a reflection in that TV? Yeah. There's nothing, it's not like a reflection, it's faux, but I did add some lights and stuff in the background to imply something reflecting in the background. Hold on. Holy shit, guys! Holy shit, I found this installation of Krita in the dumpster outside of the local Walmart. And look, guys, look! Is that Freddy Fazbear? I'm gonna write a creepypasta about this. Yeah, I still need ideas to fill out the shelving, because right now it is just Clown Guy, and Clown Guy's getting a little lonely. Yeah. All right. Now, should I have the Hoog facing down or up? Because he could either be, like, just kind of lying backwards like this, or he could have his face just... He looks hungover. He just looks like he's... like, shit like that. He'll just break into your home. He's already in. Look. He is there. He wasn't there before. You look away and he goes. Both are funny. Alright, let me, for one thing, get rid of this, that. Okay. Make him stare at the viewer. So it's like I'm sleeping and the Hoog is just fucking looking. Is that the... Markiplier shows up on the TV. I've been shot! Was that the gun of 87? But what if... This is a very long face for the Hoog. What if I did, like... something like this, maybe? He looks so goofy. The Hoog is eternally goofy. That is the requirement. You can draw the Hoog however you want, but he has to look goofy nonetheless. At all times. Even when he's supposed to look scary. He's supposed to look goofy as well. I guess I already broke that rule because this doesn't look... I mean, this kind of looks goofy. Yeah, that's kind of... That is pretty goofy looking. If you... Like, if you take it all in, it does look really goofy. It's just unsettling. Alright. So let's start off and just see What? Okay, so... Oh, yeah. Hawo did, in fact, subscribe last stream. Or was it the stream before? I think it was last stream. No, it was the stream before. Yeah, it was the stream before. Still. Crazy. The choice to subscribe to me is, it's appreciated, but I don't get it. I guess that the fucking Hoog Pride, the Groog thing. How does it feel to be rich? I think I'm hella underrated. Well, I do really appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, people show up, people leave. McDonald's puts in. I don't get paid unless I get like $50. So none of the money that has gone to me thus far has actually gone to me at all. In the future, I'll be able to buy a puts in with your $5. All right, let's start here. Get rid of that stick figure. Yeah. But hey, I mean, a nice thing, and I think you might be happy to hear, I'm not going anywhere. Even if YouTube dies, or it's not keeping money until 50 subs, it just doesn't pay me until I get $50. Because I guess they don't want to be paying people 5 cents a week or some shit like that. But yeah, no, I'm sticking around for a while. Even if YouTube and Twitch falls apart in front of my eyes, I'm gonna go to the alternatives, because even with only a couple of people here, it's really fun to stream. So, you know, I'll be sticking around unless somebody kills me. I won't be dying of natural causes. It won't happen. Alright, how do I draw the Hoog again? Like, it's got like a head or something. And... Okay, that one actually jump scared me. Usually I catch a glimpse of the redemption, like, show up in chat. It'll be like, oh yeah, Tommy redeemed this, and so I'll kind of expect it. That time I did not. That was an actual jump scare. Ender Talk Inc. I don't think I'd be going to TikTok. I did make a TikTok account, but then immediately, like, I haven't posted anything on it because I don't. What would I post there? I guess I could repost a bunch of my shorts. Maybe I should do that. It would probably garner a little bit of attention, but yeah, no, from what I've been hearing, TikTok's been going through a bit of a rough patch. I do also have the Instagram that I made, even though again, I haven't posted on that just because I have a little bit of fear. So my spinning human short. Oh yeah, that's on the other channel I made for my gaming stuff. Don't have a TikTok account. Yeah, I guess, you know what? I'm starting to realize that, I'm starting to realize the kind of short that people like to see. I.e., those higher effort shorts with the like image animation and stuff like that. I don't know what it's called, but like the stock footage animation. People seem to like that, so I'll probably be doing more of that at some point in the future. But they always take so much time. Oh, there is also the wow, 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 wow one. I should post that one on TikTok. You know, it's it's a bit counterintuitive to be nervous about posting stuff online when I'm already on Twitch. Because there's that part of me that doesn't want to get a bunch of hate comments and stuff. Like, I kind of want to do this and be happy doing it, but I recognize that once I get bigger, I'm going to have hate. It's going to happen. earlier I said I didn't give a shit about Charlie Kirk. So some people are going to be mad at me. Admittedly, they're the kind of people who I don't give a shit about, but still, hate is not a fun thing to have to endure in any way. But eventually I'll have to get around to actually like, you know, doing stuff. Don't read the comments. That's true. Luckily, most of the comments I've got actually, okay, hold on. So most of the comments that I've gotten on my YouTube videos have been pretty nice. Very few of them have been mean-spirited in any way, and those ones, like, they tend to be too childish to get offended by. There was this one comment, though. Here, let me pause this music real quick. And go to duplicate tab. There we are. All right. So if I go to nope, not Ender Deej. It's my first channel. This one. Yeah. I made a Hearts of Iron 4 video that I played Hearts of Iron 4 with Biz. And down here, it got a good amount of views and stuff. There's one guy who came at me really hard. Not gonna lie, this content sucks, mate. It's one thing to be new at a game, but to be new and stupid is next level. Speaking for myself, I hate content like this. Hope you change, because this is not it. It's so funny to me, because it's so out of the blue. Just so much hatred, and immediately afterwards, somebody just responds, "Who hurt you?" And they immediately, "You're right. I'm sorry for saying all that. I was just frustrated," frown face. It's like he was just so angry at me not doing well in Hearts of Iron 4, a game that is so far out of my own, like, I don't play strategy games. They use too much of my brain at once. So, the Hearts of Iron 4 video was kind of just a meme video to mess with Biz. And he was so angry. It's so fucking funny. That's the kind of comment that, like, at first I read and I'm like, oh, shit, really? It sucks that bad, and somebody responds to it, and immediately I'm like, okay, that's funny as hell. Embrace inner peace. It's just, like, really funny to me. Alright. So, one thing, okay, I just realized something that I'm gonna have to flesh out now. How big is the Hoog? Is he big? Is he my size? Is he smaller? Is he bigger? I don't know. I've always assumed that the Hoog was, like, vaguely around my own height, just because I don't know, that's what makes sense in my head. But that's kind of it's removing the fact that I'm 6'3". So if the Hoog was 6'3", I think it would be really funny, but also kind of ridiculous. I don't know. Because I could also make him like 4 feet tall. I don't know. I guess, for one thing, his head can be giant anyways. His head is giant. Idea? Alright, shoot. Give idea. So, his head can be larger than my head. That's fine. Whether or not he's smaller or larger than me. And so you'd be kind of like there. All right. Good to know that you've been fired up here. All right. So, let me just... a nice thing about this is the Hoog is going to be mostly obscured by his own head. So, I won't have to draw most of his body. You'll just kind of have head, arms, like that, and then his body is somewhere behind, like this. Like, he'll be kind of like that, or he'll have his body out like that, and his legs would be kind of back here, I guess. So he's just, like, face down, completely out of it. Which is fine by me. I feel like at some point I'm going to be confronted with the desire to give the Hoog some backstory. Lore, as one might call it. But that day is not today. Maybe. I don't know. I've got some pre-existing ideas for quote-unquote Hoog lore, but it's never been, like, solid. Okay, how do you draw... This is a new one. How do I draw the Hoog's nose from above? This is good. It forces me to try drawing various things from various angles. Really getting the most out of a character design. Alright, well... For one thing, his nose would be square to his face, so not this weird lopsided thing that's going on. Goes like that. Something like this. Oh yeah, one thing I've been getting into a lot recently, if you guys have heard of it, is a game that's apparently been around for a few years that I've only been hearing about now, The Finals. It's one of the first time, like, I don't play competitive games. Like, I don't play Counter-Strike online or anything like that, because I usually get destroyed by the people who grind the shit out of those games. But The Finals is one of the few competitive games where people are, like, grinding the hell out of it that I've actually enjoyed. Wall. Alright, let's see it. Like, just have him breaking out of the ceiling. That's terrifying. The implication of that is terrifying. Is this your house? No. This is my house right now. As you can see, the wooden walls that I have in my home are being very well recreated in this art. Totally, most definitely. I could do the Hoog as just some insanely tall beast. Even has a sign that says Holden's house. It has a sign that says Clown Guy. Is this you, Holden? Is that you? Tell me. Yeah? Gotcha. Okay, so this is actually your house. That might be a problem for, that might be a bit of a problem for, the future. Might end up getting evicted for squatting. Alright. Now let me... So, this is how it would look from above, I think. But I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna kinda, like... simplify the shape a bit. Does this mean Holden gave you a mixtape and broke into my home? Yeah, I think so. I don't remember it, though. Holden, did you do that? He doesn't do mixtapes, but he is a writer. So, I guess he must have broken into my home and given me a book. Or the first 2 chapters of it. 3 chapters? 2 chapters, I think. Alright. Two chapters plus a prologue. There you go. Immediately. Alright. I'll leave it like that for now. Perhaps the back here could be a little more rounded. Just like that. Oh yeah, as I was saying, the finals. It's a good game. I've been really enjoying it. So I'm thinking of streaming it at some point, because even though I lose a lot of the rounds of the game that I go into, it's one of those things where just playing and, like, fighting in the game is really satisfying, even if you lose the fights. And perhaps that says something about my personality, because I know a lot of people who, the second that they would lose a fight, would immediately go, "Fuck you!" But, as for me, I just enjoy the gameplay in that game. So, at some point, I should also... Oh, man, there's so many games that I've got to play. Helldivers 2, I gotta play again. Gotta get Biz on board for that. There's Elden Ring. Loads of games to play. Alright, I'm focusing a lot on his head shape. League of Legends. I have a brother who plays League of Legends. I would need him to teach me, and I have, from what I have heard, it's not easy to learn. Also, see ya, Hawo. Have a good one. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs hit you. I don't know if there's bed bugs where you live. I think they're local to Canada and Canada alone. In fact, I doubt there's bugs anywhere else. Ooh, good song. Alright, I'm just trying to figure out the head shape here. Ladybugs. A myth. Yeah, they don't exist. Okay, you know what? Let me get some reference images for the Hoog. I don't know why I haven't done this already. So this is... Look at me, just sitting there. On top of the Hoog reference image. So, oh man, you don't really, I didn't draw a top-down view. Hat. You can see my dream. Oh no. Dreaming of the Hoog, eh? His head goes down, up a little bit less. I'm thinking, okay, you know what? Let me get a picture of an actual groundhog's head. And we'll work off of that. Groundhog. Okay, I think I'm actually pretty spot on. There's not there's really not any images of groundhogs from the top down. But from what I'm seeing, most of them look to have this kind of thing going on with the chunky back there. Perhaps I'd go like this, like have it chunkier in the back, and then like so, and then we can bring it in like that. That might make more sense. Alright. Now, we are out of time for the pre-rolls, so we are going to take another quick break, and we will be back shortly. Yeah. All right, I'm back. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Immediately. Back into art. No time to spare. Go. Draw. Okay. Where were we? So I took a second to go look at the reference images that I have thus far for the Hoog. And one thing that I think I sort of missed is his nose has a very, like, it's very rounded over like this and flat. So it would actually be kind of like this. Now, that seems a little too big for the face. So let me see how I can size it to be better. Okay. For one thing, just grab it. Ah, shoot. Alright. So something like that. And we're actually going to be doing like this. Now, his face, I don't want it to be this kind of pear shape, so I'm gonna make it plump. He's gonna have fat cheeks. So we're gonna do kind of like this instead, where his nose kind of hangs off the side, but it's not like, it's not just covering the entirety of his face. Okay. Something like that. I don't know what this hand is doing up here. My hand is just kind of hanging out up here. All right. I just gotta write something in the Discord. All right, let's just try putting the rest of the facial features on him and see if this head shape really fits. Because without doing that, we won't really be able to tell. And we'll also be getting rid of all these background elements now. Like so. Alright. So, let me grab the reference image. So, his eyes have steadily gotten larger and larger as I draw him. So, I gotta figure out where exactly they stand right now. I think they're kind of just, they take up the majority of the side of his head. They're like that big, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna try that. Like so. Alright, let's go like this. How about... let's move that over. And I'm gonna do this. And that. Get rid of this line that's intersecting it. Do not need that. Okay. Now, actually, this time, this would be handy. Okay. What's the button that does it? That wasn't it. That's color pick. Was it Alt? No. Shift middle click? Shift middle click. Okay. So that will help me get this a little bit more even. Because right now, it's not very even at all. Will this work? If I do that? No. No, it will not. His eyes are just steadily getting larger and larger every single time I draw him, huh? They are, like, a very notable part of him. Probably one of the most notable. It isn't like his clothing is that interesting to look at. But it still is funny to me how I don't even, like, try to. It just happens every time. Alright, so we're gonna put that there. That there. Okay, like so. Gonna do that. Continued the glorious idea. Oh no. Well, let's see it. Let me add it. Let me see it. Let me see the idea. Do it. Do it now. All right, gotcha. Just okay. 1 second. I called it too soon. All right, let's see. What is this? What did you make? Oh. That is actually terrifying. Legitimately. Imagine seeing this at nighttime. Hold on, let me... Oh, hold on. Let me pull up another... This is good. I like this. Okay, what if I did this, though? Paint bucket tool. Do that. Okay. And then I went here with this. And just colored all of this in. Just immediately vandalizing your art here. Alright, and then get that. Do that. Oh man, it's been a while since I've listened to the TF2 soundtrack. The music in the game is so good. I mean, it barely is in the game, but yeah, he looks like he wants your money. He does kind of look like he is currently wearing a mask. It's not exactly what I'm going for. More like, he's a creature of the night. The backdrop doesn't work as well. Hold on. I got this. Let's just perfect. That, sure, it's licensable. I'm not gonna pay though, because I'm a bit of a thief. Okay. It's so low quality. Okay, no, never mind. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, you got the image here. Let's just swap that out. Let's go like so. Get rid of that. This isn't working out as well as I was hoping it would. All right. It is definitely ominous. Let's see, can I do this to... Okay, no, that doesn't do it. But if I do this instead... Yeah, that does it. I like that you made his eyes, like, red. Or actually, this is even better. If I do it like this. Ah, shit. Ah, of course. That makes sense. I think I did do red eyes in that one. The implication that his eyes just turn red. That just kind of looks creepy. The eyes kind of look plastered on. How could I make this better? I've completely ditched this. we are now looking at this image. How about do this, and then we do that, and then we give him a nice aura here. A white aura around him. Let's see. I don't know if that makes it any better or any worse. All right. Well, I'd say yeah. That's definitely a drawing. Yeah. Let me just save it here real quick. The Hoog. That's it. I'm just gonna call it the Hoog. Oh, on my second monitor, it looks significantly better. Tall Hoog is scary, especially when you draw it like that. It's kind of terrifying. All right. There you go. If it posts. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Alright. Back to drawing. Let's see. Yeah. Alright. Back to this. Now, I think his eyes might be a little too far forward or backwards in this. Let's see. They are. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to just grab them and move them. Just going to take it and rip. Stick them like... because they're basically in the middle of his head. So they're like here about. Let's see how that looks when I clean it up. I don't know why we it's interesting that the Hoog like started off as just hey groundhog and now he's turned into a cryptid. It's like he is both a very goofy little guy, but also you do not want to see him in the forest. He's evolving, true. Alright. I think this song that I'm playing right now might technically be copyrighted. And like I'm not allowed to use it or something. I'm not sure. I don't think it is. But I do remember somebody bringing up that one of the songs in my playlist got the stream muted, or the VOD muted rather. So we'll be able to see if it's this one. All right, so we're looking at that. Let's make this back part here a little bit bigger. All right. Like so. And there you go. The eyes are almost lined up there. Okay. Now I can start getting the ears in. This will actually be one of the first times I draw him where his ears aren't getting completely covered up by, or mostly covered up by his eyes. Because he doesn't have the biggest ears. He's got just little, or, well, I mean, they're big. I think they're bigger than mine in this. But relatively, his ears are pretty small. Relatively to his giant-ass eyeballs. So, we're going to be doing something like this. And then, like that. There we go. You know, an idea just crossed my mind. It would be really funny if I did one of those art time lapses for one of these streams, like drawing stuff, because like I'd be drawing it, I'd be drawing it and I'd be like, okay, line art, like really quickly, like setting out everything. And then occasionally it would just pop up with a random other shit. It would just, like, a random stuff would start showing up in stream, and then I'd go back to drawing the main thing. And then another random thing would pop up, and then I'd go back. Like, it would, it would be kind of really funny if I did that. Alright, now I believe his ears do kind of go back like that. And this one, I'm not going to do much of this. So we'll have it line up like so. Is there music playing? No, there is not. We have exhausted the playlist. Let's go to stream playlist number 2. To Metropolis, or Motropolis. Okay. So we're going like this, maybe? Merge that. All right. And then we'll do this. Okay, that's the beanbag. I'm not sure what layer that's on. Probably just this. Yeah, there we go. All right. Now this kind of lacks a bit of character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the ear lead into the back of the head so that they don't look like they are just kind of there. I'm also going to thin out this line a bit. Okay, like so. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a rare instance of the Hoog with his eyes closed. Normally he just stares into the nothingness, but this is gonna be one of those rare times that the Hoog actually closes his eyeballs. I do not know how that will look. Alright. Got that. You know, there is a lot of consideration that has gone into the Hoog's design at this point. Like, for a long while, the Hoog's design consisted of groundhog with brown body, and that's it. But I've used this character for so long that he started to become like an actual thing, like something that I have to consider each line that goes into it to make sure it doesn't look weird. Alright, so we're gonna go like that. Now, I could also do away with this. Because, I mean, that is the point at which his ears connect to his head. Let's see how that changes the overall look. Yeah. Hey, it's rare to see him at this angle. And by that I mean literally nobody has seen him at this angle. He has never been viewed from the top down like this. Okay, let's see. If I round out the ears a bit, how does that look? I think that looks better. Okay. Yeah, give me a second, and then I'll go take a look. Let's see. All right. Here, let me just move this back. We hear this yet again. Now, what have you put? What is this? Holy shit. Truly has created... It's... This is a terrifying creature. I also appreciate the meme at the bottom. But like, what did you do? It's so dark and evil. Happy. Excellent art. Only top tier. All right. So this is actually looking pretty all right. I can get rid of these lines now. Just like get them out of the way. All right. And he's not gonna be awake. He doesn't sleep with his eyes open. That looks goofy. I was gonna do this as like, oh, he's looking at you, but this is kind of like puppy dog eyes. Yeah. He does have like this little... How do I do this again? It's like... something like that. I keep getting sidetracked. He just kind of looks like a puppy now. Hold on. Let me do that a bit better. There we go. All right, get your screenshots. Just yeah, the typo is very intentional. Let me just get a good screenshot of this. There we are. Posting it in my own fan art channel. Immediately. All right. But let's actually draw him asleep, because he does do that. The running quote unquote lore of the Hoog thus far has been he is immortal And that's why, even though he is so stupid, he hasn't, like, died yet. So, I don't know whether or not to do anything more than that. Because it does seem like a just kind of reasonable, yeah, whatever. So since he is immortal. Is there more to that? Chances. Yes, true. It's very possible that he pops up in the forest like a fucking cryptid. I mean, hey, this like area is supposed to be like a cabin in the woods. So, I mean, you could just be nearby. You just happen to show up outside of this cabin and he's there. Whatever this anomalous, like, streamer house is. Alright, but yeah, no. There's he taking a nap. Big hoog. Holy shit, it's the boog! Alright. So, that is pretty much, like, him, for the most part. Then you got his arms, which just do this. They're just gonna go off to the side. I could do, like this, almost, where his arm comes over and around. Yeah, that works. He has very strange proportions. If I were to draw his hand, it would be like this. He has huge, like, if I just take that snippet that I drew. Actually, not that big, all things considered. Smaller than my head, in the image at least. But, you know, that's... Let's see. Actually, how big have I drawn his hands? Because I could have sworn that I've drawn his hands absolutely massive. Let's see. Into the Hoog stuff. Oh, yeah. Here, his hands are bigger than his head. And I think the hands that he has in the animation that's playing, like, there, is, those are also about the size of his head. So, I was wrong. In actuality, his hands would be, like, this. Damn, he is kind of scary, huh? Like... From help? Oh, it's so dark. I can't... Oh my goodness. That's actually scary. What the fuck? How did you manage to do this? This is awesome. How did you do this? It looks like a Mandela catalog thing. It's terrifying. He's so big. God damn. Like, okay, so in reference to this head right here, his hand would be like that. Alright. I draw this again? It's like that. It's got 4 fingers. Yeah, no, that's legitimately terrifying. So many doors have been opened. And by doors, I mean, like, fucking, he's entering your house right now. Fear. Okay. Yeah, so this is... Let's see. No, that ain't right. How have I drawn his hands before? It's like... Yeah, thumb... Finger... Like this. There we go. Okay, so it's kind of like this instead. Not really, though. I don't know. Ah, whatever. I don't have enough time in the stream to be drawing hands. His hands would be huge, though. He would have giant-ass claws. So, yeah. Him being that big is terrifying. Also, this is effectively all I need to draw for him. Like, I could... Here, let me give him his hoodie. Like that. He's just distorted. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. It's just very well done. I think I have to give it the... Oh, nope, not that reaction. That reaction. That's more fitting. Alright, so let's give him... So... Yeah, very. Alright. Okay, so that's effectively how the hoodie would look. It'd be like that, or... Okay. Yeah, so that's effectively the Hoog. Right there. Eepy. Alright. Well, now... Oh, yeah, I don't need this anymore, huh? Now it's just a matter of coloring him in. Which is, I'm kind of surprised that we got here so quickly. I was expecting this to take at least one more stream. And I have a feeling that the coloring is going to take a little bit more time, but... yeah. Okay. Okay. So now it's a matter of grabbing the colors for him. Bow. Hoog the himbo. Alright. Also, let's see. If I just use my hands to judge the size. Wait, what? Is that? There's no way. There is no way. I think I managed to make both of our heads the same size. Like, if I just grab this real quick. Okay, his head has a lot more width than mine, but they're like the same length. I don't know how I did that. It's a very good estimation, I suppose. All right. Let's get the reference image in here so that I can steal all of the colors from it. Yeah. He looks very happy when he's not a cryptid. Alright. So it's, I believe, this color for the majority of him. Actually, I think this is an outdated reference image. I could probably redraw the reference image at some point to make it easier on me. So let me just grab one of the emotes and steal the colors off of that. There we are. Nope, that's not how that works. Alright, so let's just fill all this in, eh? There's not a lot of variation in the colors. There's the brown for his main body and stuff. Love that song. It's good. It is very nice. Alright, then we have this as well. Which is a detail that most people don't see, but this will make it a lot more obvious. It really does show he has a huge space in between his eyes. It's just eye, forehead. Oh, I forgot this. Yeah, this helps a bit when I do it. So let's get that fixed a bit. I'm supposed to have his nose doohickey. I don't know what it would be called. Just some color around his nose. Okay, it's about halfway between his eyes and his nose. And it follows the same curve as his nose does. Or that his nose does. So we're looking at that. Yeah, that helps fill in this negative space more. Now, the inside of the ears is slightly darker. That's one thing that needs to be added. Okay. Now, I could make his eyelids a different color. I'm not sure if that would do anything. All right. Which one's better? Him with the darker eyelids or him with the same color eyelids as the rest of him? I'm not sure, actually. I could try going for, like, somewhere in between the color of the inner ear and this color here. So, like, that maybe? So it's darker, but not, like, completely different color. Yeah, I'm not sure. Alright, well, While I ponder it, I'll just color in that. Oh yeah, you gotta be careful. Wall. That is... that is horrifying. Holy shit. That... having that... why would you choose to have that as your background? That is a horrific image. It's like... I remember once seeing somebody who made their background a, like, weeping angel, and it would swap between the weeping angel in the distance, looking away, and the weeping angel being right in your face, so that, like, you'd see it's, like, away, and then you'd go look at your tabs, and the next time you saw it, it would be directly in your face as a jump scare. It reminds me of that. Yeah, no, it's a really cool idea. Alright. Whoop. I think there must be some kind of custom there must be some custom, like, background, desktop background for that you can grab. Because it didn't seem like it was a, just a screen cap from the Doctor Who episode. Then again, it has been a decade, since I watched that episode. So, you know, I could be getting that wrong. I am decades old, so can't say it was decades ago. Alright. Usually have wallpaper engine running, so you usually don't see it. Really? Is that would be terrifying, especially if you had just, like, the unedited. Holy shit. If you had, like, just the picture of the forest background and that, like, on loop. So he appears and disappears. It'd be sick as hell. Alright, do I have a color for the inside? I do. It's just this darker yellow. Alright, so there he is. Yeah, I think I like the slightly different color on the eyes. It adds something. Now is time. Let me add some texture to this. Let's go with like a slightly darker tone. And we're just gonna go over, not his line art, his color with this to add just a hint of texture. Even if it's barely visible to the eye, having something like this really elevates the look of an art piece. Just having a little bit of variation so that it's not completely solid color really helps. I could also, like, he is a bit solid color here, so let me make a darker thing. I could also try using this brush. That's a bit too big. A little bit smaller. Like, if I just grab that straight up, and then I use this around the edges here. Aha! That looks nice. Look at that. It's like, that's actually like a little bit of fuzz texture. Nice. I wonder if I make it any larger, would that... Oh, that's actually pretty good. Alright. And then I can take this, darken it really slightly, go with this, and just kind of go through. Those just kind of look like the shapes, though. So that's not ideal. When they're this big, it's a bit much. When it's smaller, it's harder to tell. Just go back and forth across his head. Now that just looks like a bunch of lines. Okay, I do have a second option for this. Let's see how well this works. Yeah, that works much better for texturing. And then we can do the same thing with this one. It's gonna go across the eyes. And it's just barely visible difference. All it needs to be. Just needs to be enough for the eye to, like, notice it. But it doesn't have to be so in your face that you're aware of it. And then I can do this. This is going to be the first time, probably one of the last time. Well, actually, no. I'm going to be drawing the Hoog for a long time into the future, so I shouldn't make claims like this is the last time I'm drawing this much detail on him. Because that's just probably verifiably untrue. All right. Yeah, no, I kind of like that. I think I could probably add even more texturing in this middle part here. Just to have, you know... Because this is the part where people are going to be looking. So having some actual texture difference here wouldn't hurt. I don't know why my hand keeps coming back up here. This is somehow a comfortable place for my hand to be. All right. No, that looks like he has a rash. I think... No, that looks wrong. There's something wrong about it. Mulligan, try over. Just gonna go back through, undo, then redo. Gotta have that trial and error. Alright. So we can do this, and then we can just get it slightly deeper. And if I do this, obviously it's like too much. But if I just... Just do that. Oh, but you can, like, see the lines and stuff. Maybe, you know what? Oh, I think I know what it is. I'm trying to do dark on light as opposed to light on dark. Let's see if it's better if I do it like a lighter color instead. Yeah, that's better. That's way better. Having the lighter color on the darker background makes it pop a little bit more. So that is what I will be doing. We could do that as well. Why not? If anything, it looks kind of like dirt. And he is the kind of animal to be in dirt. Because he's a groundhog. Alright. Save that. And let's put it all together. Alright. Yeah, no. That looks pretty good. At least to my standards, it does. Let's quick group that. Call this Hoog. Now, there would be some shading to do. Let me do the quick stuff. So, just you know, the basic... basic under the nose and stuff and where he's sleeping. Like that. And this TV is going to be going like that, so we're looking at it like so. Maybe lower the opacity a bunch more. All right. Okay, and that's going to be going like this. That works, I think. It's a little bit harder with such a weird face shape, but I think that about works. Let's see, what else? I mean, besides that, everything, I mean, it's pretty much finished. Now it would just be a matter of, you know, shading these inside bits, which, actually, now that I think about it, not that hard. So, how about I do it? Let's do that as well. Oh, I'm using the wrong thing. That's why it's looking so weird. There we go. His head blocks most of that light. Okay. His eye catches a bunch because they're big. His nose would catch none because it's so far behind his head. His ear would catch a bunch. It would be like this almost, eh? Like so. Okay, yeah, so that's about right. At least it looks like it is about right. Can do this. Okay. Let's see, that'll be in shade. Just gotta have... Effectively, I'm like doing reverse highlights here by shading in most of it and only leaving a tiny amount exposed to the light. It would be... I'd get the same effect if I just went in and added some... Oh, he did something. If I went in and added some, what do you call it? I forget what I was saying. you did something, and it completely usurped what I was thinking of at the moment. So give me a second, and then I will go check what you have done. No, you're good. Alright. Let's see. Okay, we got that. Let's see. Fan art. Oh my god. That is fucked up. that is actually a jump scare. Holy shit. That is that is impressive. That you have managed to take the Hoog, one of the goofiest looking things I have made, and turned it into something scary. Legitimately impressive. Alright. Let's finish this off by doing like this. This. Truly inspiring, yes. Truly. Now, I'm not exactly sure how faces are shaped to do shading. It's confusing, to say the least. So I'm just gonna try, and if it doesn't work, then oh well. So it'd be like that, and then up a little bit for the chin. Alright, what did I put this at? 24. This is 21. Yeah, so... Oh, the ear. Such a complicated shape. Just gotta do like that. All of this stuff back here can be colored in. Yes, you definitely can. You have created something that, I mean, what any artist strives for. You've created something that strikes fear into the hearts of the viewers. And I mean, in easier terms, you made something that made people feel emotions. Alright. Okay, so what I'm gonna do after this is I'm gonna see about grabbing a couple of my shorts, my past shorts, and just putting them on TikTok and seeing where it goes from there. I don't think it goes much of anywhere, but I realize that my procrastination is squandering an opportunity. So we'll have to see if I can do that. On top of that, oh yeah, I got the rough editing done. No, that would get me permabanned immediately. I have no doubt about it. But I finished the rough editing on the Rainworld video, the last one. So, I am, like, basically halfway there to putting that video out. So, bunch to look forward to. Okay, so we can do this. Nice! Okay. I'm gonna do it like this. And then feel a thumb cramp coming on. Might need to drop the pencil at some point. Okay. A nice thing about shading is it also gives you the opportunity to add texture to your, like, your thingamajig. Because if it is just a solid color, if you are just drawing a solid color, say you have this is a board. It looks flat and smooth. But if I'm shading it and I add some jagged lines to it, it'll make it seem a little bit more textured. Of course, this shading isn't ideal because it doesn't go well with the rest of the entire image, but, you know, you get my meaning. Anyhow, that's what you can do there. Yeah, I think... I mean, that's... To me, that seems pretty much finished. The only thing that I would add is night time. Nobody's watching the TV. This is gonna be my my streams over screen. So, so they're supposed to be asleep, and then when I actually end up making one for the BRB screen, then it'll be we'll be more active, I guess. Okay, so that. We're just gonna, not what I wanted to do. This. Give it basically just a real sketchy vignette. Most definitely stolen from Don't Starve. Like, this vignette is very Don't Starve-like. Then again, most of my drawings are very Don't Starve-like. It's almost as if that was my favorite game during the formative years of my childhood. Crazy, I know. Okay, can do some like that. I think I'm gonna have it emitting a slight glow. Okay, yeah. Do something like this. And then I can also do like this. Oh yeah, true. I could have it like on and saying like stream offline or something like that. So That would mean me going all the way over here, TV screen, making it lower opacity. Let's add a layer here. Stream offline. The screen shows inside the screen of the screen. So you want me to do Inception. You want it to be very Inception-ded. Yes, fair. Okay, I think there's something missing here. Some blue. That blue barely shows up. There is no blue. Yeah, that... Oh, it's because I didn't make it blue, I made it black. Yeah, there's the blue. Let's make it like a really faded blue. Just because blue tends to imply night-night sleep time. Even though blue light is apparently bad for you before you sleep. I don't know how that works. This does kind of look like you're watching through a fogged up window. Which then brings up the images. Yeah. The evil Hoog. Okay, let's do this. I did actually make a static effect at some point, but I'll redraw it because I don't have it. Let's see if this works. Not really. Small window on the shelf that can have this. We could have just like a Hoog show up in the corner or something like that. Alright. I don't. One thing about like drawing static on TV or whatnot, is it's kind of meh, honestly. Like it's disruptive looking. There's barely any information you can display on a TV screen that has static. So I'm gonna see if I can do something that forgoes the static for something akin to it without being too much. Like this. That makes the TV look old and worn out. That's kind of cool. And then stream. Let's put that black. Stream offline. We'll have it aligned to the middle. I could, yeah. I use this font for like everything. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can't see that. Whoops. Could do this. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Something's happening. Your child, your brother, and you called the TV static the War of Ants. That's a new one. That I don't think I've heard of War of the Ants before. So we could have it like this. This being the Stream offline screen text. Does that work? Here, let me... Vector layer, let me add that. Merge with layer below. And I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna fill it in with white. No. Stream offline. There we go. That's pretty good. I like that. Well, I mean, I'd say until we start filling up the shelf with a bunch of new knickknacks, that's pretty good. I like where this has gone. So I think it would be a good idea to end it here. Let's make it a JPEG. Not too sure about the filter. I mean, yeah. Here, let's see. Without it, I mean, let's see. Can I make it less obtrusive while still, like, nighttime-esque? I could... Here, let's see. Let's try opening up the inside here. Like so. Now it really, like, it looks like you bored a hole through my wall and are peeking in. Well, it's something like this. Duplicate. And this one I will cut out even more. I can do like that. And then increase that so it I feel like there's something missing though. Like there's something that should be here that is not. Oh, that's very white. Like I feel like it might just be a little too regular. It doesn't look like it's nighttime without it being a little bit darker, you know? So I'm gonna make it all blue-ish. That actually looks kind of nice. And then I can, for the TV, can add a thing like this. A chunk of just white resonating light. Some ambient shit going on here, eh? That doesn't really work, I don't think. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Yeah, if I wanted to do the light, then I'd have to mess... Oh, wait, no, what am I doing? This is how you do it. You cut out this from the filter on the front. And suddenly it looks like it is producing ambient light. That's how you do it. Just expedite the process a bit. And then beyond that, damn, nearly been going for 4 hours. I guess, like, we got to the point where, like, I'm so close to finishing this. So, like, I kind of have to, right? I couldn't leave it off with only 1 or 2 things left to draw. That would be stupid. Oh, 1 more. Let's see. Oh. Terrifying. I don't even... It's so incomprehensible now. It just looks like an eyeball. Well, I mean, actually, that's exactly what it is. But it doesn't look like the Hoog's eyeball. It looks like it's just a eyeball. AI. Truly an anomalous being. Alright, I'm trying to get this highlight. Alright. And then from there, I can cut out things like this. Let's see. Would this be worth to, like, manually chop out the highlights like this? Yeah, no, that makes it look way better. I'm sorry for keeping you up, Tommy. Because I keep on continuing to have ideas. I'll try to make this one quick. Alright. So that's that. Yeah. Well, I am almost done, so let's just go one last little push until we are there at the end. I gotta play more Binding of Isaac as well. Damn, so many games. So many excellent, excellent games to play. Okay. Do this. Alright. I realize I didn't do the shoe, but that didn't matter to me. I don't care about the shoe. Shoe can go fuck itself. Took me so long to draw the shoe. Yeah, okay. Like, that's pretty good. Shit. Okay, maybe a little bit on the shoe. But that's it. No more than that. Yeah, okay. You know what? That extra little bit of adding the highlights and stuff really brought it together. I like this. I feel good about this art. So, next time, all right, well, I'll swap it out now, so that anytime you come to my stream before it is online, you will be able to see this image. That's the entire purpose of drawing this entire thing. To see it when I'm not online. Excellent planning, I know. But, yeah, I think I will call it there. Yeah. And I'll of course, I'll revisit it and redraw, like, me and the Hoog in a different position for the BRB screen. But right now, this is it. I'd like to thank you for watching, and providing the excellent, nightmare fuel. Yeah. Have a good night. Bye-bye.